Haven't done a video blog in a while, and this will be my first one from Arizona. As many of you know, I moved here a couple of months ago, and life's been up and down. Don't have a whole lot to talk about today, except for, well, it's the 1st of December, and it's nice and sunny out, and it's warm, and I've got my screen door open, and I'm wearing a t-shirt, and yeah, fuck snow. Anyway, I thought maybe I would talk just a little bit about, let's talk about my guitar today. Played my guitar for you a couple of times on video blogs. It's just a way for me to break the ice and whatnot, and just jam out a little bit, nothing in particular, but never really talk about it. So what I've got here is a slightly customized Dean Evo, or EVO if you prefer to spell out the acronym. I don't even know if it is an acronym. I don't know, it's just all capital letters, which usually signs an acronym, and I'm rambling. Anyway, the point is that it's a Paul-inspired Dean. Do I need to say any more? Paul-inspired Dean, it's good enough for me. It's actually a low-end model. Stock equipment on it wasn't grand, but it's decent. I honestly don't even remember everything about it. I want to say it's a rosewood fretboard, maple neck, and I really don't remember what the body's made out of. If you can see, I've got the strap system with the eye hooks and carabiners after my hero Zach. And what I did to modify it is I've got a EMG HZ and a Dimebucker. As a general rule, I do not like to use signature equipment. Signature equipment to me just feels kind of like a rip-off. Find your own sound. And while I don't play in a band, don't record or anything like that, I still like to do things on my own. The only reason I grabbed the Dimebucker one, Dime is no longer with us, so therefore I'm not really trying to rip him off. And two, honestly, it is the sickest humbucker I've ever heard. It's absolutely amazing. The EMG HZ is good. I don't really like it much for riffing. It's almost too fat, muddies the low end, but it's decent for anything above the 12th fret. Nice full sound, anything above the 12th fret. I'm playing through 75 watt PV Bandit and Monster cables, of course Monster cables, because Monster Rock cables are the fucking best. Just dropped my pick, which you might be able to see. It's a Dunlop Stubby, 3mm thick. Really like it. I generally play on Dean Markley Blue Steel strings, heaviest gauge possible. I tend to play in standard drop down a stub, so it's in D. I just really like the heavy sound, and the heavier gauge helps me, maintain the tone really well for that detuning. Right now, though, I'm playing with GHS Boomers, which I honestly hate. As much as I love Zach, I hate his strings. The Boomers just don't give me the sound I like. The high end is way too twangy, and the low end is kind of muddy. I played through an effect pedal, multi-effect pedal, just because it's cheaper to pay a couple $100 for 1,000 effects than it is to go out and buy 1,000 effects. So I'm using Korg Toneworks AX1500G. That's what I keep looking down at. Everything else is pretty normal. My playing is only slightly better than it was 5 years ago because I don't practice the way I should. But then again, I'm not in a band, so I don't have to worry about it. It's just a hobby for me because I like music and it's fun to play. The amp's a little loud, so you probably won't be able to hear me over it, so I'll play a couple of things just to let you hear the sound of the pickups and the pedal. Right now I'm switched all the way down to my bridge pickup, which is my Dimebucker, and I've got on my my metal distortion, and so it gives that heavy sound, the same thing you heard me riffing through earlier. heavy, crisp sound. I really like that crunchy sound to it. We switch it over to full neck pickup, which is the AMG HZ. Listen to it. You might like it. I know a few people that like the fatter, fuzzier sound, but this is what it is for the AMG HZ. I'll try to mimic the same riff because that wasn't even a riff. I was just hitting the strings. Fatter sound. I just really prefer it for above the 12th fret. Now let's throw it on clean tone and let you hear what it is. And this is why I do not like the boomers. The Zakk Wylde set especially, they're designed for really heavy low end, but you still got a light high end, and it really gives an odd dichotomy that only Zakk can pull off apparently. I'm just not that good. I really don't like the twang I'm getting out of my own guitar from it. But I mean, not particularly grand tone. That's back on the Dimebucker. You can switch it over to the AMG. And apparently I'm a little out of tune. But that's okay. Little fuller sound, you can still hear it. Honestly though, for this guitar, I like to stick it between the two pickups, get a little dual action going on, just so it kind of evens out the ranges, and especially with this set of strings, kind of helps it out a bit. Not too bad. It's got a decent sound. I like it. This is a really good guitar, and honestly, it's low-end guitar, $200 normally, somewhere around there. I got it at a Sam Goody a couple years ago. It was already marked down at $100, but because they were going out of business, everything was 50% off, even 50% off the sale items. Got this bad boy for $50, and then I modded it out, with the nice pickups and my strap system that I like. And you know what, honestly, with the sound on, you get a lot of noise out of it, but let's face it, your straps ain't going anywhere, which I like, and it just looks badass. And because I'm not playing, I don't have to worry about it. You know what? I just like it. Now, the way it sounds, without the pedal even on, I just bypassed the pedal. This will be softer, obviously, because the pedal amplifies the signal and whatnot. But the amp has good volume. Honestly, I have my amp on setting number 1 for volume. 75 watt amp's a pretty powerful amp. In fact, if I stick it up to like 1.5, my ears start vibrating and I get a shit ton of feedback. 75 watt amp's not too bad for a single speaker, combo amp. There's absolutely like no frills on the amp whatsoever. There's a little bit of reverb, that's it. And I don't particularly care to run the amp distortion with it, at least not on such a practice model amp, because practice model amp distortion is shit, and I don't want to muddy it up. I know some people like to get the dual action going between their amp's distortion and their pedal distortion, and give it a real heavy, crazy, cranky sound, and that's all great. I just don't have a nice cabinet with a head on it that I can really do that with. Let's see. I think that's about all I can talk about it. I guess I can show you some of the, some of what it sounds like on the higher end, above the 12th fret, with the difference between the two pickups, and then that'll probably be it. So check this out. We've got the Dimebucker down, well, let's just play it right off the 12th, I'm comfortable there. But, alright, let's get a little distortion going on that. Typical high end, you know, you're somebody who can really shred like Dimebag or Zach or, you know, name your favorite guitarist. It's a really good pickup. Can actually get a little tinny for me because I'm not that good, so I, you know, switch it down to the fatter pickup by the neck, and just gives a little fuller sound. As you can tell, that was just slop. I wasn't really trying to play anything, just being sloppy, giving you a sound of what it, or taste of what it sounds like. The MGHC is a good pickup, and if you like that fatter sound, it's a great pickup. I can't recommend the Dimebucker enough. It is an absolutely great pickup, and honestly, when I'm in the groove, you know, I don't even bother switching the pickups when I go into leads, just because when you're in the groove, you're in the groove, and that's what it works. I guess that's about all I got to say. Could talk about Arizona for a minute. Jobs suck. Jobs suck everywhere, but you know, the job opportunities are better here. But if only if you're in the medical profession, IT, or if you really like to do sales. I can't do sales for shit. I don't know much about computers or their systems, and about as much as I know about medical as I can put a band-aid on you. So, you know, for somebody who's been a meat cutter, nobody's hiring, and you know, as far as manual labor and even fast food places aren't hiring. It's ridiculous. But my wife makes a decent paycheck and is keeping the roof over my head, so you know, I can't thank her enough. Elizabeth is a wonderful woman, and I'm very glad that we made the trip out here. I'm still convinced life's going to get better for us. I mean, hell, I'm, you know, going to karate school, more or less going to school for karate, learning a new system, and when I've completed their training regimen for the student instructors, which I'm going through, they'll actually put me on payroll, and I'll be able to start, you know, teaching students and whatnot. And I won't get rich doing it, but you know, it'll be an actual karate teaching job, which is a lot closer to my dream than cutting meat or flipping burgers. So life's doing all right. Not great, but it's all right. It ain't a kick in the teeth, and that's better than a lot of people can say. All right, guys, rock on, stay cool. See ya.
Chocolate-covered laser discs, flashing like a dagger in the night.